go to new, go to file menu, save. Passing array to function dot c. In today's topic, we will see how to pass arrays to functions. We will see. So in earlier example, in pass by value, in pass by reference, we discussed how to pass one value, integer value or character value, so that variable, single variable, so we have passed from calling function to called function in earlier examples. In this topic, we are going to discuss how to pass a array element, how to pass single array element in one dimensional array and in two dimensional array, how to pass whole elements, total elements to the function in single dimensional array, in multi-dimensional array, we are going to discuss. Like normal variables, we can also pass the array elements in the function. So first type is passing single element, single array elements, single array element, single array element. First we will see single dimensional array. Passing a single element in a one dimensional array. In one dimensional array, how to pass single element of an array, we will see by using the program. So write down void main, open brace and closing brace. Write down get ch. So in this particular program, we are going to pass a array element. So create an integer array. Any array you can create, but I am considering integer array. A of 5 array of elements it contains, and how to initialize 5 elements, open brace and closing brace. In between opening and closing braces, you can give all 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 elements are given, where a of 0 will represent 1, a of 1 will represent 2, a of 2 will represent 3, a of 3 will represent 4, a of 4 will represent fifth element. Now I want to pass one element, any element, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to the other function, other user defined function. To pass that, we should create the function, user defined function. So that for that I am first declaring the user defined function declaration. Void my user defined function returns nothing, and the name of my function is fun. Whenever you are passing one element from the array, integer array, here also it should accept one integer element, so that I am giving only one integer element x. And here you write down the function definition, void function name fun, and it takes only one integer element x, opening brace and closing brace. Whenever the function definition is created, from main function we need to call this fun function. When you are calling this fun function, I'm going to pass one element from the array. How to pass? You call the function with the function name fun, and how many arguments? It is going to take only one argument. So I am giving the only one argument. If you write A, that means you are representing total 5 elements, so that we are not going to pass total 5 elements. If you pass total 5 element, integer x will hold only one element. So try to pass only one element here. How to represent the first element? A of 0. A of 0 means 1. Only that 1 is passed to x. Whenever 1 is passed to x, you go to the inside of the user defined function and print that x value which is passed from a calling function to called function. How to print? Write down one printf statement here. Two new lines you can take. X equal to percentile d comma replace with x. I think you understood. User defined function, we are going to pass array of elements. What are array of elements? Integer a of 5 elements, where the array of elements are 1 to 5. And user defined function is a fun. It will accept only one integer element x. So I am passing only one integer element from out of 5 elements of an array a. Fun a of 0. A of 0 means 1. That 1 is passed to x. Now x value is 1. At the same time, fun function is also called. Controller jumps from here to here, and x is copied with a of 0 value 1 and entering into the void fun function. Only one statement is there, that is printed x equal to percentile d, where the percentile d is replaced with x value 1. So x equal to 1 is printed. You comment everything up to here. Alt F9. Declaration. So this also you comment up to here. Alt F9. Control F9. X equal to 1. That means a of 0 1, only one element is passed. Now I want to pass 2 single element. How to pass? You write down 1. A of 1 means 2. That 2 is passed to x, and only that 2 is only printed here. Control F9. X equal to 2. To clear earlier screen, you write down one clear screen function also, CLR SCR. Now you press Ctrl F9, x equal to 2. How to pass the last element of an array? A of 4, which represent the fifth element. Control F9, so x equal to 5. So only one single element of an array is passed to the user defined function fun. Now I want to pass the single element from the two-dimensional array. Copy the same program, copy, come here and go to edit menu, paste, deselect everything. Now we are going to discuss about two-dimensional array. In two-dimensional, how to pass single element to the function. Everything is same, but this will become a of 2 rows and 3 columns, where the first row will contain 1 comma 2, where second row will contain 3 comma 4, and the last row contains
Sir,
5
only
comma,
2 rows.
5 comma 6 you can take. So only 2 rows we said, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
3 by 2 it is. 3 rows,
2 columns.
2 columns. Very good. So now you see the two-dimensional array contains 3 rows. First row, second row, third row, and first column elements are 1 3 5, and second column elements are 2 4 6. That means it is a 3 by 2, where 3 rows and 2 columns it has. From this, I want to pass single element to user defined function fun. If you write A here, array name A, that means you are representing total 6 elements in the array, where integer x can hold only one element. How can you pass 6 element to the x? It cannot hold, so that only represent any one of the element. Now I want to pass this 3 element. This 3 value I want to pass. What is the index of this 3? It is a second row. That means a of 1 and the second first column element. So a of 0. It belongs to second row and first column is represented with 0. So we are representing 3. When you call fun function along with this argument, with this index, that 3 is passed to x and the function is called. When function is called, printf is used. Printf will print the x value, which is 3. So control F9, 3 errors. We have to comment everything. The non-C programming code, we have to comment. Remove this one and comment up to here and only uncomment present program. Alt F9, Control F9, 3 is printed. Now from the two-dimensional array, I want to pass 6. What is the sixth element index? It is belongs to third row and second column. Third row is represented with 2 and second column is represented with 1. So the function is called with the value 6. Now x means 6. That 6 only printed on the monitor. So this is all about passing the one element from the array to the user defined function, passing one element from a one dimensional array to the function, passing one element from the two dimensional array to the user defined function we have seen. Now in the next topic we are going to see how to pass the whole elements, total array elements to the user defined function. We will see. For that I am copying the same function, same thing I am going to copy. You copy from here, up to here you can copy. Go to edit menu, copy, deselect everything, come here, go to edit menu and paste. Deselect everything, and make it as the second point, passing not single array element, whole array elements. Whole array elements. How to pass whole array elements? Till now we have seen how to pass single elements from a one dimensional array and two dimensional array. Now we are going to discuss how to pass total array elements, whole array elements to the functions from one dimensional array and two dimensional array. We are going to see. First, let me discuss one dimensional array. How to represent a whole array? Just you write down the only array name, where array name will represent the total elements, total all 5 elements will be represented. When you are passing total array to the function fun, a single integer value x cannot hold, so that you create a x array of 5 elements. Then whenever A is representing 5 elements, those 5 elements are passed to x of 5 array of integer elements. So x can hold 5 elements and we are also passing 5 elements, so it is sufficient. When you are changing the function definition, you also change the what declaration part also. Now x is a group of elements. How to print all the 5 elements? You run the for loop starting with I equal to 0 and I must be less than the 5 elements and I plus plus to print all the elements in X array. And integer is I is not declared, declare integer I also. Now you print one element here, X of I. So passing whole 5 elements to the X. Now X will hold all the 5 elements starting with 1 to 5, entering into the function and repeating the for loop from 0 to 4. And whenever it is iterating from 0 to 4, X of 0, X of 1, 2, 3, 4, all 0 to 4, 5 elements are printed in the place of a percentile D. Now you can press here. Before that you change the value, the elements, or simply you write down element equal to, like that you can write. Now you press Alt F9. Before that just uncomment this one, put it in the comment, because this is not a C language code. You put it in the comment and only uncomment the program, and you put this also in the comment section. This one also in the comment section. Only uncomment our present program. So now I'm going to press Alt F9. 0 errors. What will happen in this program? We are passing fun A. A means where A is representing all 5 elements. That all 5 elements are passed to X of 5. Now X of 5 means all the 1 to 5 elements. By using for loop, I am printing the single dimensional array elements that already we discussed in arrays topic, how to print the group of elements like that. So Control F9. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are printed. That means we passed whole elements, total 5 elements to the X array. And if you don't know the size also, you can simply ignore with the size. You can simply ignore the size also. Alt F9, 0 errors, Control F9, 1 to 5. Because sometimes whenever the group of elements are passed to the user defined function fun, we don't know sometimes how many elements we are going to receive. For example, 5 elements are going to be received with the X value. 5 elements are passed to X, and we are writing here only 3, and we are not able to hold the 5 elements. So if you don't know the size, simply ignore. Just don't write the size. Then what will happen? When A is passed to X, the X array size is fixed to 5 because the elements are 5. So the size also will become 5 at the runtime. Now you comment this one also. We will see how to pass group of elements, total elements in the multi-dimensional array. You come here. The two-dimensional array, this is two-dimensional array. How to represent two-dimensional array? You just write down A here. Then A will represent all the 3 by 2 elements, all the two-dimensional 6 element A will represent. But whenever you are passing 6 element to the X value, X cannot hold all the 6 two-dimensional array elements. So that you convert X into two-dimensional array. And don't give the row size, but we must give the column size too. And when you modify the definition section also, you are also modifying the declaration part. Now when you are passing the two-dimensional array from here to X, X is also two-dimensional array variable. With two-dimensional array variable, we can hold all the 6 elements of array A. So it is possible. Now how to print all the two-dimensional array elements? How to print? For one-dimensional array, only one for loop. For two-dimensional array, 2 for loops. I am writing the I equal to 0, semicolon. I must be less than the row elements. How many row elements? 3. And I plus plus. This for loop I am writing for a row. Second for loop I am writing j equal to 0 and j must be less than the column elements which are 2 j plus plus. The second for loop I am writing for a column. And I didn't declare I comma j values. If you don't declare, you will get a compilation error. Declare the I comma j variable also. Here, how to print? Write down indexes into the row. I variable I am going to write into the column. I am writing j because I belongs to row and j belongs to column. So writing I in the row index and j in the column index. These three statements will print a total 6 element in the x which are passed from the calling function fun a. Just uncomment the program. Right. Alt F9 00 errors. Here you change instead of x, write down element. Write down element. Now you press Control F9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the elements are printed. From where we got these elements? From this fun a. This function, this main function only calling this fun with the total array of elements, where a is representing total two-dimensional elements. Total 6 elements are passed to x. When x is holding all the 6 elements, we are using 2 for loops to print it. With this, we completed how to pass the arrays to the functions. We completed both one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, passing single element and passing total array elements. Now go to the file menu. Next important topic, very easy. Control delete, full screen. Go and save with the passing structures to functions.c. Till now we have seen how to pass the variables, integer and character variables and other basic data type variables to the function. In the previous example, we have seen how to pass the array elements. Now we are going to see how to pass a structure to the function. We are going to see passing structure to the functions. Passing structure to function. To pass the structure to function, we must create the structure definition first. So now I am considering the student structure only. How to create student structure definition? Use the keyword struct followed by the structure name is a student. Opening brace and closing brace, semicolon. In between opening and closing braces, you define the structure with the structure members. The first structure member is a roll number. Second structure member is the name, which takes 15 maximum characters. The last one is float of the marks or percentage. With this, we completed the definition. Now start the void main. Open the brace, close the brace, write down one getch function. Now to pass the structure data, we must create the structure variable. How to create structure variable? Inside main function, again struct, and the name of the structure is student, and the structure name is s. And into that, I am initializing the values with opening and closing brace with the traditional method. The first value is 101, and the second value name is within the double quotation Ramu, because it is a string, comma, the last percentage I'm writing 81.9 percentage, which is a floating point value. So 1 will go to the roll number, Ramu will go to the name, and 81.9 will go to the percentage. The structure is ready. This structure S is ready. This structure S we need to pass to the function, but where is the function? Function is not there. User defined function is not created. Now I am creating user defined function. First I am going with the user defined function declaration. Void user defined function name is fun, and what it will take when we are passing structure, the argument inside the fun function should be also structure type. Same structure type only can hold this structure data S. So how to create a struct? Which type of struct it is? It is a student type struct, and the variable name is X. To X, we are going to pass the S data, which is 101 Ramu and 81.9. This is a declaration. Now you define that function definition. Void fun, and it will take only one argument, which is structure. Struct keyword student and X, opening brace and closing brace. The function is ready and data is also ready. Now how to pass this structure S to this fun function? First we have to call it. Call the fun function. The fun function name is right here, semicolon. Inside this, you write down the structure variable S. That means you are passing the structure 101 Ramu 81.9. That S is copied into same structure type variable X. Now X means X will also hold 101 Ramu 81.9, because the S structure contains this data. That same data only we copied into X. X can hold S structure data because X and S are same type variables, same type structure variables. Now X is holding 101 Ramu 81.9, and when you are passing at the same time, we are also calling the fun function with this X value. Now this function will execute. We will go inside the program, inside the function, and we will print the X data. How to print? Write down printf statement \n S name equal to percentile S, one tab space or one new line you can take. S roll number is percentile D, one new line. Student percentage, S percentage, percentile F, and replace with the values. Now that student data is copied into X. Now student data is in the X. How to print from X? X dot what we written? S name. X dot name, comma, that is replaced with percentile S. Next percentile D, roll number, is replaced with X dot roll number. The last one percentage is replaced with X dot the percentage. Now if you print this one, the structure data which is passed from the calling function to the called function is printed here. Then again controller will go back to the same line, and from there it will go to the next line, and the program is terminated. Comment the statements. Comment this unwanted code, single line comments. Then press Alt F9, 00 errors. control F9, come back. We didn't write the CLR SCR here. So after declaration of structure variable, write down CLR SCR to clear the old output. So comment unwanted data, press Alt F9, Control F9. So what is printed? Ramu 101 81.9 and remaining are 6 digits printed. So if you can also control this floating point value here, I want to print only the point after digits are only 1. Point 1 you can write and press Control F9. 18.9 is printed. So from where we printed this data, we are printing this data in the function. Here we are printing, but from where we got this data? We got this data from a calling function. Calling function only passed this structured data S to the called function variable X. So this is the example of passing structure to the user defined function, and that will go into the X value. This we completed this topic also. And some other programs are there. Other topics are also there. This one is parameter passing mechanism. Yesterday we completed. And go with some differences. Differentiate actual parameters and formal parameters. This will be asked in examination for a short answer sometime. Passing arrays to function, passing individual and the whole array elements we discussed in today's class. And the next topic is passing pointers to function. For this, the whatever we discussed yesterday's topic, pass by reference or call by address or copy by address topic, that particular example is the related topic for passing pointers to function. So that same topic, pass by reference topic, only treated as a passing pointers to function. For this topic, we will write the same example of this topic. And standard functions and libraries. No need to discuss about this. Just you go through the topic and what is the header file and what is the description for it. You have to by heart this whole thing, and math.h, and in math.h how many functions are there and what is the purpose of each function, what is the absolute function, what is cos and exponential, log 10, and all these things you can easily understand once go through it. stdio.h and stdlib.h, string.h, how many functions are there, just go through it. Time.h, how many functions are there, like that we have to go through. Tomorrow we will start the recursion. After recursion, we are going to discuss dynamic memory allocation. With that, fourth unit will complete. Thank you.